If you read a newspaper, I can tell you, for every article written, I can tell you the family background of the person that wrote the article. Because you see his bias or her bias, and you see her upbringing written. So the funny thing is that you carry your upbringing with you everywhere you go in your life. I know a man in his 50s that before he says anything, he will tell you that my father said. You know what that means? His father had a phenomenal impact on his life. And I know that man. He lived till his 90s, 100s, till he dies. He will constantly quote, my father said. That's to show you the impact of what parents carry with them everywhere they go. But they don't get it. They don't understand it. Because they don't know. And because they don't make conferences like this important to them. If we put on the banner that we're going to share money today, this place will be full up, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, people want to come and pick money. 15,000. Isn't it? 20,000. You pick it and put it in your pocket. That will give you a meal for 5 days. After 5 days, what next? It is the values that keep you going on in life. It is not the inheritance of your parents that you inherit. It is the values that they give you that you inherit. I have seen daughters and sons of billionaires that have wasted what their father gave to them. There's a Yoruba saying that the child we gave birth to and we don't teach will take the home that we built and sell it. So what are we doing? We are giving birth to children and we think everything is about money. Yes. But if everything was about money, I'm sure the richest man in Babylon will still be alive today. Because he was rich and he'll be able to buy life. You see, you know why I don't respect rich people? Please show me one rich man that can use his money to buy life. If you have so much money, buy life. Once you can buy life, yes, I respect you. As long as your money cannot buy life, then money is not the most important thing. But where does it start from? Values back to the family. So I submit to you, all of our problems today, our family cause problems. But you see, in tackling Boko Haram, I have never heard a day that the government will organize a family conference. Because they don't know. There are a lot of things they don't know. And I think the first place to come from is organizing a family conference. To even know what makes up the family in Nigeria. Because if you don't know, then you've gone amiss. Why do you think that the most important thing to the British government is the family structure? And that's why they put a lot of budget into welfare. That's why they say for every child you give birth to, because we want the child to grow up in a society and allow the child believe that the society works, they give 200 to 300 pounds for every child per month. Why are they doing that? Because they know that if you raise malnourished children, if you raise bad children that don't have the care and the support needed, their society will be destroyed. So the reason why they are giving their money is not for you as the parent, is to secure their own society. But you see, one too many times in our own part of the world, we leave the family aside. Over the years, we've had government that doesn't even understand the essence and the importance of family. So we allow children to be given birth to indiscriminately. We allow all sorts to happen, but we forget that this is the principal coordinating factor of our national life. You want to know the national life of an average Nigerian? Go to his family. They say people are trolling people on social media. They are abusing people. There's cyberbullying. Sex tape is leaking here and there. Is that not an average Nigerian family? What are the conversations that go on in an average Nigerian family? Do parents use occurrences as teachable moments for their children? How can they do it when they don't even have the values to teach? Can you give what you don't have? So we are quick to complain, but we forget that we are the problems. Do parents even plan for the birth of their own children? It is only in Nigeria as I hear people say, I have children by mistake, by accident. How would you even say that to yourself? That you have a child by mistake? By mistake. A full human being. You brought him to life by mistake. And it was a mistake. And you know, they say it proudly. You know, I was not supposed to have a second child. It was by mistake. And they even go further to say it, you know, we even tried to come out the belly, but you know, the baby just stayed. So you are bothered when the child has a mistaken life, but after you yourself admitted that the child was a mistake, and we don't correct the trends in society. So my submission here is that we must have more parenting conferences. And this is the most important place we should all be at this point in time. Because we are losing a nation. And you know why we are losing a nation today? Is because we lost the family 20 years ago in Nigeria. And you see, when you lose the family, it will take years before you start seeing the cascading effects. Go in Nigeria. And you see, when you lose the family, it will take years before you start seeing the cascading effects. As I submit to you, don't forget, those we call terrorists, bandits, vandals today. Have you ever spared a thought and asked yourself, what families did they come from? God bless you.
The sad reality is that we shouldn't expect anything to change. Because increasingly we are churning out more homeless children, more children that their parents are not taking responsibility for, and it will become a problem on the state in the future. I am saying this, let it be said that I said it. This is the time we need to have a national approach to parenting. We need to go back to the parenting structure that saved our country. Even if it's to have a welfare system for families, I bet this is the time to do it. Even if it's to fund more education and social welfare, at least to be able to stabilize the heat and the economic pressure. You see, because until we fix our economy, which might take another couple of years, We need to be able to set up a social structure in place that stabilizes the structure, at least to allow for every child have a quality education. Quality education that is free to bring in inclusion up till about secondary school level, and probably incorporate an apprenticeship training so that when they leave, even if they don't go to university, they will have a skill, and that skill can be traded in the marketplace. See, I'm a very practical thinker. As at this point in time, people need skills. Not everybody might be able to get to university and get a PhD. If you want quick development, you need skills. That's where apprenticeship come in. This model I'm saying has been practicalized. When Finland wanted to come out of the economic doldrums in the early 90s, this was what they did. They set up what they call polytechnics, that people got degrees and skills in about 3 years after high school that got them prepared for the industries that were coming up. So while we spur foreign investment, let us churn out a lot of more people with skills that can fill up those roles. Then this can remove the economic pressures on family. And I know it's not sustainable being free, but we will have to make it free to cover up for lost time. Then even when we are going to make it paid for, it needs to be subsidized. Because we have lost a lot of ground. And the things I'm telling you today, I'm not just raising an alarm. It is something that will help a great deal to reduce the pressures all over the country. You see, because all the pressures we're having, the agitations and everything, is because the family structure has failed, because of the crumbling of the economic prospects, and we are seeing the cascading effects. The things you are seeing today happened 20 years ago. Because you wonder, why will somebody carry a gun to kill another person for 10,000 naira, for 5,000 naira? It's because the family structure crumbled due to economics and other things.